everybody, it's Mandy from Chapel Forge. Today I'm working on sorting baby clothes, which may not really seem homestead related, but in my opinion it 100% is, because when you homestead you really have to save money wherever you can, and we don't like to waste. So little backstory, Bud is 13 now, so I had him in 2009. I carried his baby clothes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different moves. I carried his baby clothes, which seems ridiculous, but I was like, I'm having another baby sometime. I don't want to rebuy all these clothes. Zad and I finally got rid of his clothes when he was maybe 8-ish. We were living at the Conestoga house, the house that we're working on selling. And let me see. So maybe like a year after that, we got pregnant. I had the miscarriage and then got pregnant with Jameson. So anyway, that's the backstory on the baby clothes. Now, obviously, I have these two, and so I have girl clothes and boy clothes and some neutrals, of course, and whatever. And so I'm working on getting that stuff organized today. So the reason that I always hold on to this kind of stuff is baby clothes are so freaking expensive. You know, like to buy a dress for Zuzu is, I don't know, $10, $12, $15. I don't even know, because I don't buy new baby clothes. But I can go to a yard sale and buy things for $1 a piece or fill a bag for $1 or whatever and have plenty of clothes. Again, when you live on a homestead or a farm or whatever, there is always messes and mud and, you know, whatever. There's always chicken poop, whatever, you name it. We are normally going through a couple outfits a day. Not that I change them every time they get dirty, but if they're soaking wet and we're like done and they're coming in the house, then that's another set of clothes. Nonetheless, I always try to make sure that I have ample clothes on hand. And honestly, during this move, I was kind of glad that we did, because we just now got the washer and dryer set up. So we've been without a washer and dryer for over a month, probably 5 or 6 weeks now, since we moved them out of the old house into this garage. Matt and Zad got them set up on Saturday. So I'll show you the utility room quick. It's rough, but it works for now, and I am really excited to get this room to be something more than just this ugly paneling. But the washer and dryer are in here. The hookups were already in this room, which kind of worked out. There's a sink here, so our utility sinks we brought from the other house can go in another room. The geothermal unit is in here. This hideous electric sucking electric hot water heater is in here. That thing is going. Probably going to go with a tankless propane. If anybody has like thoughts on tankless, let me know, because that's not something that we've had before. We've had propane hot water heater, but never had a tankless. So I'm curious if anybody has thoughts on that. This is my soap shop, which I'll be showing soon. It looks like nothing right now, but we're getting there. We pulled out the nasty old carpet and it already is 100 times better, because carpet is gross in work surfaces and offices and whatever. I am not all about carpet. Okay, so that's what's happening in there. Back to the baby clothes situation. So I have this pile here and I have this pile here currently blocking the door to go out back, which is kind of annoying because we have to use one of the other 50 doors, but whatever. So what I'm doing is I bought tubs at Walmart. These are pretty inexpensive. They were like $6.98 or however Walmart does their weird cents. And then I got red tape and blue tape. I got this like 3M super tough tape so that hopefully as we're shuffling these around, they don't fall off. I bought a new Sharpie because where are my Sharpies? I have no idea where they are. So I bought this nice Sharpie, and it's not like we can't ever have extra Sharpies on hand. So I'm labeling each container with its size-ish. If you are familiar with baby clothes, you know that it might say 18 months and 6 months, and they're like basically the same size. This is probably the most annoying part about having to sort baby clothes, is you kind of have to go off the way it fits, not what the tag says, but it's not like your toddler's going to cooperate to stand here and like try on clothes for 3 hours. So we're going to do the best we can. Inevitably, I'm sure we'll pull a box out in the future and we'll have missed the boat on it or whatever, but that's just how it goes. You like my fort? I have no idea where the paracord is, so we attached it to the fan. We used an old belt and the locks on the windows because Jamie wanted a fort and Bud's not here and he's my resident fort builder. So mommy had to improvise. Anyway, that's how I'm organizing this. So instead of having like these random boxes, I'll probably reuse these totes because they're generally the same size. But my goal here is to easily be able to look and see, okay, red tape is girl, blue tape is boy. Why did I go with those colors? It's not a sexist thing. It's not a that's always how we've done it thing. Those are the two colors that Lowe's had in stock, and so that's what we went with. So girl is going to be red, boy is going to be blue. They're going to be labeled with their size. I'm going to try to get through this project today. I've so far done one trash bag. So, hey, whatever. It's, you know, almost noon. So if we keep at this pace, I should be done by next week. I'm hoping to get this all done today. We'll try. And then the goal is we're going to put the baby clothes above our offices. So in the garage, I've shown you this a little bit before. This is a gigantic mess. So this is going to be our mudroom at some point. That's another goal that I have for this week, but I always have lofty goals. So our offices are over here. Basically, the baby clothes are going to live above this. So I'll be doing a pantry tour here at some point, a new pantry tour. My old pantry tour from the other house is, I'll link it in the description. Also super cool. If you're trying to make it work in a basement, that's a really great video, just to sort of see how we organize things. Anyway, baby clothes are gonna go up here. So Dan was in, our electrician, he had done some work. So we're gonna need to put some plywood up in there that I can just easily slide them in. Maybe put like boy clothes, girl clothes, and then on the end is just like extra adult clothes, like shoes that maybe would fit Jamie down the road. They're maybe like, you know, size 8 adult muck boots. They don't fit anybody right now, but again, I don't want to donate muck boots because they're $120 or whatever. So we typically hold on to these kinds of things. I know that that might seem ridiculous to some people, but it's kind of part of our boneyard. And I've talked about that before. I've talked about it on Facebook and Instagram, talked about it in some YouTube videos. Part of our boneyard is having the clothes that we need, having the boots that we need, the hats and gloves and coats and vests and all the things we need to do the work. You know, the animals have to be taken care of year round, so having proper footwear and being warm, you know, in the winter and things like that is not optional. So we hold on to these things. So this is an important project. It might seem like, you know, your dining room and your kitchen are still a disaster. Why are you worrying about this? Want to see the kitchen and dining room? They're a disaster. There's piles. Piles in the aisles for miles. That's the theme of this move. So I want to get these out of here. They were kind of stored in this hallway, but I had to move them to get the washer and dryer in. And now this stuff is from my soap shop because we're working on the soap shop this weekend. So I can get all this stuff organized. I could probably store it in the toy room until Zach gets the plywood laid up there to get that stuff stored away. So that's my goal for today. Just a quick update. Zad is working in Conestoga. He is trying to get the bathroom renovation that we never finished. Our friend Steve is there. He's so gracious and helping us just wrap that project up. And so kind of, if you watched my last video, we're actually like kind of on schedule, which is kind of unbelievable. The 25 meat chickens went to the butcher this morning, found a local Amish butcher that's going to do them for $2.50 a bird, which until we're set up to butcher, I felt like was an amazing deal. They were on our way out of town, so that worked out that Zad could drop them off on his way to the old house to work today. And then our dumpster is getting dumped today, our third dumpster, as I mentioned. And it's another 30-yard dumpster. We may fill it just because we have a bunch of like crap wood there. And there's really no safe place for us to burn at the old house. I don't feel like it's worth dragging it up here. So we are just gonna, oh, I'll take that. Thank you. We're just gonna get all that crap put in the dumpster and move along. And that's the plan for Wednesday, if it needs to go into Thursday or whatever. So we're kind of on track here. I'm still hoping by the end of the week we can get with the realtor and do a walkthrough with her, just get her opinion about what else needs done. Guys, we're like close. I mean, it's been a long, rough, I've mentioned this before, but like, man, a good test of a marriage is move a farm and a business and a family, because, you know, we are in 4 days, we'll have owned 2 houses for 3 months. And I know that doesn't seem like a huge thing. But it's been a lot. It's been super stressful. there's been a lot of disagreements, as you can imagine, but it's getting better. Things are feeling like we're trying to get back to like some sort of normalcy, whatever that even means. And it'll be good. So stick along with us. We are going to have 100 projects to do. As I mentioned, Matt is going to be moving in at the end of the month. We got all of his stuff in this weekend. Talked with him about his goals and our goals and how those can mesh, and giving him the space he needs to do what he would like to learn while he's here. Just, you know, learning more about homestead life. He wants to learn about food preservation and butchering and all this great stuff. So I think that's going to be really great. So stick along for that, and you can learn, I'm sure you'll learn more about Matt as we go along here. And he's really into the Appalachian Trail and hiking, backpacking, survivalist type stuff. So it'll be cool for us to learn from him and he learns from us. So that's what's happening here. That's your little, you know, weekly, that's your little weekly update about what's happening with the Leggett Homestead and Chapel Hill Forge. So we will see you guys next time.